A lot of people like to say, like, why is the devil messing with me? Why? Why can't you just mess with somebody else? That's not how it works. It works like this. The devil goes against people who he knows, like, are going to do great things. Like, the whole reason why he's messing with you right now is mainly because there's something on the other side of that door he doesn't want you to get to. He don't just mess with somebody who ain't got nothing to offer because they already broken, they already done gave up. But because you're not giving up and you're attempting to do better, he's throwing his hardest at you. So don't give up. Look at that like, I eat that up. That's easy. I eat that. I can take that. That's how you got to look at it. You're not weak. That's why you're in what you're in right now, because you're strong enough and God knows you're strong enough to get out of it. So prove everybody else wrong. Prove the devil wrong, mostly. He ain't nothing but a liar anyways.
Saints, the enemy tries to come to you and tell you you're too old, that you lost time, that look how far those people are, and all this other stuff. And the beautiful thing about the grace of God is that he factored in your mess ups. Like he took into account that you would disobey and you do your own thing. And he says, Romans 8:28, that all things, even your jacked up plan, even that wrong relationship, they all work together for the good of those who are called in that love. I came to encourage somebody today. It is not too late to find the pace of grace. It's not too late for you to get in the will of God. I know you've been out there wilding. I know you've been doing your own thing. I know you've been texting people and had plans right after service. But God says, today I came to interrupt your plans. And I came to give you the opportunity to start striding and get in the pace of grace. And if we're honest, many of us have bought into the lie that bigger is better.
I need somebody in the room to know that God has already whispered your name to somebody. He has already set, this is what providence is, y'all. Providence is when the Lord goes before you and lights up steps you don't even know you're gonna take yet. Providence is when he goes before you to set up answers to problems you don't even know you're gonna have. Providence is when he makes provision for you, when he's whispered your name. Somebody needs to know in the room, there is an employer that already has your name on their hearts. There's already a spot that is in need of your gifts and your talents and what you can bring to the table. It's waiting on you. If only you'll do what he's put in front of you to do today, you will be on the right path to intersect with the divine plan that God has for your life and for this generation.
You're called. You can't run from it. You can't deny it. You can't pass it off. It's your call. God knew what he was doing. He knew who he was calling. And he expertly and intricately detailed every aspect of your life, your being, your persona, your psyche, your physicality, everything about you, from the texture of your hair to the color of your eyes to the way that you laugh to the fingerprint on your thumb. Everything is connected to your calling. And until you walk into the fullness of the thing that you were created for, you will find yourself frustrated. Every time I tried to run from the thing that I was called to, frustration set in. Anybody else ever tried to run from God?
The beautiful thing about prayer is God doesn't expect you to ascend up, but if you will pray, he will come to where you are. The moment that we make that decision and we begin to talk to him in prayer, God says, I will find you. I don't care where you are. If you will pray and talk to me, I will find you. It doesn't matter where you are. You pray and he'll come to where you are. And I'll talk with you. And I'll commune with you. I'll ease your burden. I'll lift your worries. I'll unlock you and unshackle you from fear and torment. If you'll just come meet with me in prayer, I'll fill you with confidence and courage. And you won't be afraid. You won't listen to the voice of the serpent in the garden more than my voice if you will pray and talk.
I'm telling you, this will be your best year ever if it is your best year spiritually. I'm going to say it one more time because they thought I was going to say something else. This will be your best year ever if it is your best year spiritually.
You know, weeds don't have to have any encouragement to grow. You don't have to water them. They don't have to get sunshine. They don't have to have fertile ground. They will grow through the cracks of a sidewalk. But if you want to grow orchids or roses or any kind of exotic flowers, there are special processes and procedures you must go through. Well, by the same token, you don't have to force yourself or motivate yourself to think negatively, to be depressed, to hate somebody, to want revenge, to want to get back at somebody, to beat yourself up over the head, to feel loaded with guilt. You don't have to make any effort to do that. Your mind is on automatic. It will do that by itself. But if you want to begin to move into your own personal greatness, if you want to begin to really enjoy a happy, successful, healthy life, you've got to be willing to go against the tide. You've got to be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me.
Matthew says, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. But of lately, I don't have much to say. Repetitive prayers have become nails on a chalkboard, so I sometimes choose to stay silent. Though I know it's not true, I sometimes feel like God is tired of my voice. Lies of the enemy come gift-wrapped in comfort, so I often stay stagnant. Every time I try to move forward, it seems as if I'm on a treadmill with a blindfold and a record of my past mistakes playing in the background. I've said sorry more times than I can count, yet the one time you said it is finished outnumbers my tired apologies. God, I always come back to my first love, the moment I first felt your spirit, and remember how far you've carried me. God, this mountain in front of me, it's been in the way for quite some time, so with mustard seed faith and every ounce of fight I have left attached, I ask that you move it, because where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom.